Unlock Victory, the key weapons dominating Roblox Rivals. In the fierce battlegrounds of Roblox Rivals, not every weapon is created equal. Some guns exist just for fun. Others are flashy but impractical. But then there are the key weapons. The ones you keep seeing in every high-level match. The ones pros rely on when victory is on the line. These weapons do not just deal damage. They shape the flow of battle. They control zones. They turn underdogs into champions. Learning how and when to use these key weapons can be the difference between constant defeat and unstoppable dominance. Every serious player starts by discovering the pulse repeater. It is lightweight, fast, and consistent. While it does not have the flashiest stats, it is one of the most dependable primaries in the game. Its low recoil and quick reload make it perfect for both aggressive pushes and defensive holds. Many players overlook it at first, but the pulse repeater rewards accuracy and smart positioning. It is often the first gun new players use to climb the ranks. Then there is the Arc Striker SMG, small in size but vicious in close combat. This weapon dominates inside buildings and tight corridors. Its high fire rate and electric status effect make it perfect for disrupting enemies. But it burns through ammo fast and requires solid movement to stay alive while reloading. The Arc Striker is a favorite of speed players who rely on flanking and surprise attacks. When used right, it can clear a squad in seconds. For those who like to control space and support teammates, the Graviton Launcher stands out as a key utility weapon. It fires energy pulses that create temporary gravity fields. These fields slow enemy movement and reduce their jump height. In team-based modes, the Graviton can trap opponents or prevent them from reaching objectives. A well-placed shot can disrupt a push and turn the tide of battle. The weapon is not about raw damage. It is about control, and control wins games. If precision is your strength, then the Eagle Bolt Marksman rifle is the weapon to master. Unlike full auto rifles, this one demands accuracy and patience. It shines at mid to long range and deals serious damage with well-placed shots. Players who dominate with the Eagle Bolt often combine it with mobility gadgets to keep high ground or avoid direct fights. It is not flashy, but in skilled hands it is deadly. No list of key weapons will be complete without the Blast Core Cannon. This heavy weapon is a slow-firing monster that deals splash damage on impact. It is ideal for breaking up clustered enemies or forcing them out of cover. The Blast Core changes how opponents move. It requires prediction and smart use of terrain, but the impact is undeniable. Close-range players swear by the double-talent shotgun. At point-blank range, it is one of the highest damage weapons in the game. What sets it apart is the alternate fire mode, which shoots both barrels at once for an instant takedown. Smart players combine this with dodge tech to close the gap and finish fights in a flash. If you miss though, you are in trouble. Reload is slow, but when it hits, nothing survives. For pure utility, the Cryo Dagger is one of the most unique weapons in the game. It is a melee weapon, but with a twist. Every third hit slows the enemy and freezes them in place if stacked enough. It is perfect for hit-and-run builds or stealth assassins who wait for the perfect moment to strike. Cryo Dagger is not about speed. It is about disruption and control in close quarters. Another major key weapon is the Photon Longbow. It is a difficult weapon to master but incredibly rewarding. It charges up for a powerful shot and can deal critical damage from far distances. It pierces through shields and can take out multiple enemies if they line up. Players who use the Photon Longbow rely on reading movement and holding their shot until the perfect moment. When used right, this bow is a game changer. Let's not forget the Inferno Burst Rifle. It fires in rapid bursts and leaves a fire effect on enemies. Over time, that fire drains health and forces enemies to retreat or waste healing. The Inferno is often used to apply pressure and control key areas. It works especially well in combination with area denial gadgets like flame walls or fire traps. Teams who know how to use fire damage zone off objectives and force the enemy into bad positions. The Mirror Lash pistol also deserves mention. This energy sidearm reflects a percentage of damage taken back to the attacker. It may not have the highest DPS, but it changes how enemies fight. Aggressive players often hesitate to engage a mirror lash user head-on. Used with defensive perks, it can turn close fights into easy wins. It is not common, but in the right build, it becomes a nightmare for anyone who tries to rush. Weapon synergy is what makes these key guns so powerful. It is not just about stats, it is about how they fit with gadgets, perks, and playstyle. For example, using the Arc Striker SMG with dash enhancing boots and a speed buff makes you nearly untouchable. Pairing the Blast Core Cannon with a vision gadget lets you predict enemy clusters and hit them before they even react. It is all about building around the weapon's strength and covering its weaknesses. Map knowledge plays a huge part too. A photon longbow is stronger on open maps with long sight lines. The Arc Striker dominates in vertical maps with tight corridors. Knowing where to fight and what gun to use makes all the difference. Pro players switch weapons between matches based on the map and enemy comp. That is why they win. They adapt. Every patch and update brings new weapons into the spotlight. But the core group of key weapons always remains useful. The devs balance them carefully. Some may rise or fall slightly in popularity, but their power stays consistent. That's why new players are always told to try them early. They teach the fundamentals: positioning, aim, pressure, map control. Learning these key weapons is not just about picking the strongest tool. It is about understanding the meta, knowing what each gun does best and how to bring out its full potential. Watch pro matches. Study clips. You will notice the same guns appearing over and over. That is not coincidence. That is mastery. These weapons earn their place through performance, not popularity. They are reliable, versatile, effective under pressure. They work in solo queue. They work in ranked teams. They work for players who want to climb and dominate. That is why they are key. In Roblox Rivals, victory often comes down to milliseconds and smart decisions. Key weapons give you the edge. They let you win trades, control objectives, outplay faster opponents. They give you confidence. And when mastered, they make you a threat every time you enter the battlefield. So grab the pulse repeater, load up the blast core. Take the double talon into the zone. These weapons are not easy, but they are worth it. Because in a world full of chaos, the right weapon makes all the difference. And once you know how to use them, no one can stop you.